Hey y'all, it's Bennett, and it's time for another pickups video. That's right, we're back for another video taking a look at what I picked up at thrift stores and used game stores and that sort of thing in the last few weeks, I guess. So let's get to it. First of all, let's take a look at something I got from GameStop. Now, I don't go to GameStop a whole lot these days because things are overpriced, and all they have is the newer stuff, and that's just not what I'm mostly collecting. But somebody said it was worth taking a look because they were getting some retro games again, and were having a buy two get one free. That's what it was. Buy two Batugo. So I went in there and didn't find any retro games of note, but I did pick up 3 Wii games. First of all, we got the House of the Dead remake, and there's, as usual, not anything in here. But yeah, House of the Dead remake for the cool from the cool arcade game. Then there's Friday the 13th, the game. Oh yeah, that was like 35 and 28. And then I got free the steelbook of Shin Megami Tensei 5 in its like sleeve and steelbook case. So that's pretty cool to get that free. And add these to my Switch collection, which is pretty much the only modern system on that I really collect for, because it's worth the effort to actually use the physical media. Whereas, I sometimes do occasionally with the PS4, and with the Xbox One, I almost never use physical media because I share my Xbox profile with a buddy, and so you can't, pop up in a disc and share it that way. You have to have it digitally, so I get everything digital pretty much for the Xbox One. But anyway, buy 2 get 1 free, so that worked out pretty well. Yep, moving on. We went to the thrift stores. Now it's book time. At one thrift store, we found Worlds of Power, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, the Scholastic Book Fair book in the Worlds of Power series about Castlevania 2. And this is cool because there are 4 listed here on the back, and I already have the Metal Gear book, which I got at Goodwill one time. Actually, I found like 3 or 4 of them, and 4 of them, and I bought all 4 and sold 3 of them for like $25 a piece or something like that, and kept the 4th. But anyway, so now I get to add this to my Worlds of Power collection. Maybe one day I'll do a read-along Worlds of Power session for the Castlevania 2 book, or maybe not. We'll see. And speaking of books, at Goodwill, we found the Lost Planet Brady Games guide. Oh gosh, this is heavy. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim guide, official game guide from Prima. Gosh, that weighs a ton. And speaking of weighs a ton, another Prima guide, Mass Effect 3. Holy smackerels, these are quite heavy. Yeah, I like these game guides. They're full of all sorts of cool pictures and vital information for when you're going through Lost Planet Extreme Condition, or Mass Effect 3, or Skyrim. So, adding these to my game guide shelf, if they don't break the shelf. Here we go. Alright, moving along to another thrift store find. I was looking at the shelves at Valley Rescue Mission downtown, and happened to be there at the right time to get a bunch of games here. I guess they had just gotten a somebody had just dropped off a bunch of Xbox games particularly, but these are all color Y, but I didn't get these on color of the week. I just went ahead and snapped them up because I thought maybe they would be gone by the time I got back if I waited for the week to turn yellow. Anyway, so I got them full price for the thrift store, which is like $4, I think. Yeah, so we have WWF SmackDown Just Bring It with Dwayne The Rock Johnson on the front. Just Bringing It. And then we got MVP Baseball 2005. This probably would have stuck around, but I wanted it because I have a copy that is sealed, and so I want to have a copy to play, because I understand this is a really good baseball game. And every now and again, it would be fun to play a really good baseball game. Then we have Street Hoops. Speaking of really good basketball games, I don't think this is one, but it is a, you know, I guess in the spirit of NBA Street, I guess is what it is, and NBA Jam. You have Street Hoops from Activision. So there we go. And this features some of the and one guys, like says here, hot sauce, headache, and half man, half amazing. So we'll get in on those guys. I don't know, does it have the professor in it? We'll find out. I like the professor. I know he's in and one street ball. Which is right here on the shelf. Yeah, look up the professor. Pretty cool. And speaking of sick tricks on your sports, we got SSX 3 and SSX Tricky. No, sorry, On Tour. Look at that. On Tour. Let's read, please. SSX 3 and SSX On Tour for the original Xbox. Those are complete from EA Big. Do y'all miss the EA Big games? I do. That used to be a fun thing that they would not even dream of doing these days, unless it's just a mode in Madden that they monetize. Oh well. But, so, yeah, they got those for regular price, and then I came back on the on another week when it was yellow and got some more, which include NCAA football 06. Didn't have that in the collection, with Desmond Howard. Is that Desmond Howard on the cover? Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. Another one for the Xbox collection. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing here. NBA Live 2005. I'm not sure who that is. I can't remember. Y'all tell me in the comments. Is it Carmelo Anthony in the early days? Oh, I'm gonna get killed for this if I don't remember. Whatever. And NBA Live 06 with Dwayne Wade on it. Cover, right? All these adding to the Xbox sports section. And then March Madness 2002 for the PlayStation 2 with Shane Battier, one of those dude guys, on the cover. And for the Wii, Mater's Tall Tales Cars, Mater's Tall Tales for the Wii, $2. These were, like I said, color of the week, so they were $2 a piece. Can't go wrong adding things to the collection. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't think I did in this case. I like what I picked up. Whatever. Anyway, whatever. The other thing I picked up there, this is a, Bolo. Be on the lookout. We have a couple of these happen to be sealed, brand new Lego sets. This is a Star Wars Micro Fighters homing spider droid. Ooh. And this is Nexo Knights, the Globber, or something like that. I don't know anything about Nexo Knights. But if you find Lego stuff, you can usually flip it for some pretty good profit and use it to build your game collection. I am currently going through my out of control Lego collection and trying to sell off some of the stuff that I just hadn't gotten around to before. and I'm making some progress on whittling it down and building up the old bank account with profits from those Lego sales so that I can spend on more games. So add these to the pile of things that'll be going for sale, because they were like $2 a piece or something, and you can sell them for like 15 to 20 for these, even these like beat up boxes. These are sealed. If they're not sealed, you know, a little bit less, but it's still, you can almost always find a profit if you're flipping Lego. That's from me to you. Okay, and finally, reaching way over here, we went back to Second and Charles. Y'all know Second and Charles. It's a used game and book and movies and so forth store, and I got the email that was informing me that they had buy two get two free on like all of their movies and that sort of thing, which is not uncommon. So that was okay, but it also said that they had buy two get two free on games, and they never put their games on sale, like never. So I was glad I got their promo email. So I went down and I spent way too much time going all over the game section, which is very small, but looking at all the games, making notes, making a list of things I wanted and what prices they had for them, and so on, and grouping them into like, okay, so if I buy these two, I'll get these two free, and so on. And I made my decision because I wanted to not just, you know, buy two get two for the collection, 4 games for the collection. That's, you know, that's cool, but let's, you know, maybe see if I can get them for even better, of adding some things to the collection and then selling something to help defray the cost. So that's what I did for this first round. We have Resident Evil Code Veronica for the Dreamcast, and it's complete, and it's $44 on there. And then GTA 2, now this is before they went all 3D and crazy, but still this is classic GTA 2, also for the Dreamcast. This is $45. And then we had Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks for the original Xbox, complete. And it has a crack in the top. That's unfortunate, but not that big a deal. This, they wanted $40 for it. Now, Second and Charles prices are usually a little higher than they should be anyway, so not all of these are like the best possible deal, but you know, for what I could put together, this is how I wanted it to work. And then they had Blades of Time for $65 dues. Now, I already have Blades of Time. Okay, so that means, let's just go back, that we got Blades of Time, 65, and GTA 2 for 45, and that got me Resident Evil Code Veronica and Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks free. But I already have Blades of Time for the PS3, and so what I will do is take this Blades of Time that I bought for $65 and sell it on eBay for $65 or so dollars. $65.70 is what it's going for now. And taking that back out of the equation, it'll be like I got all these 3 games for the price. So it would be like getting, all these 3 games for the price of GTA 2. So $45 for these 3 games. Taking my overall spend down to like $15 a piece. That's smarts. That is using the old noodle. At least it makes sense to me. So we're going to get cracking on that and sell Blades of Time and get some of my money back. And add these 3 to the collection. And never one to only spend money once when I can spend money twice. I went back to Second and Charles while their sale was still going on. Went through my list of a million games that I was considering, and eventually, I was like, get some high-end games, get some really little cheap games, get some mid-range games. I had a lot of different choices, but eventually, all I landed on, and I think I'm pretty happy with these, is one more set of 4 these are all in the $10 range. So none of these will be sold back. So these are just, for the collection. But we have Eat Lead, The Return of Matt Hazard on the PS3. I know this one is kind of not great, according to a lot of folks. Like, I've seen it on Worst Games Ever. And I don't know, looked pretty fun to me though on Worst Games Ever, so I wanted to pick it up. It's missing the manual, but I'm not too worried about that. But it was going for $12. And then we had, let's just say all these are basically $10 because that's what it came out to. We had Daytona USA, not for resale. Here they are reselling it to me. But not for resale, Daytona USA for the Sega Saturn. A must-have for the Saturn. And we got Maximum Chase for the Xbox. It is kind of like a movie stunt spectacular, I do believe. At any rate, you're stunting and driving and, I don't know, shooting stuff behind the wheel of Hollywood-inspired chases. Sounds good to me. But it's a Xbox exclusive. I don't know anything about it, but it fit my criteria. And finally, we have James Pond 3 for the Sega Genesis. They also had James Pond 1 there, and it was in another category of mine of like $30 games or something that I was working with. Anyway, went with the $10 James Pond 3. I don't know why they only had it for $10, but I was in. So there you go. And it has a poster or something, but not the manual, but whatever. And it has a registration card. So not exactly complete, but pretty much. And yeah, it's in good condition. There you go, James Pond. Global 07.
Who's this man?
Okay, that seems to be it. Thanks for watching. We'll get back to you next time when I find more games out in the wild. If you feel the need to leave a comment and so forth, I appreciate it. And if you want to hit that like button, you know where it is. And if you haven't subscribed already, now's a great time. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!